I'm not a professional game reviewer, as you might have guessed. One of the many challenges I face when doing these reviews is I don't get a copy of the game in advance. I have to wait with everyone else. Then play when it launches and get a review out as quick as I can. That usually means I'm behind the curve, always late. This is one of those times though when being late is a blessing. Not having early access to SimCity means that my review takes place after the game's horrific launch and subsequent server issues. While those are issues that will improve with time, I feel it's wrong to decouple the game from the experience of playing the game. I've seen games slammed in the past for long load times. How is this any different? Server issues aside, once you get beyond that, you're still left with a game that is riddled with broken functionality, with only the unrealized potential to have been something special. For those few who don't know, SimCity is a simulation game, where you build a city. It sounds about as fun as a civics lecture, I know.
Bueller.
But previous SimCity games have managed to be both fun and addictive. Not to mention popular. So it should be no surprise at all that after a 10-year gap, anticipation was a little high. Apparently though, the people in charge of the servers when you log into the game, which by the way requires an always-on internet connection to play, you select a plot of land from which to build your budding metropolis. You lay down roads, zone for houses, shops, factories, add amenities for your tiny little occupants, water, power, poop tubes. As your population grows, you'll have to adapt your city to the changing needs of the people and deal with the occasional meteor shower or giant lizard creature. There are many things the game gets right. The graphics are beautiful. It's fun zooming in and watching the bustling Sims going about their daily business, even if their business is, well... There are tons of easy-to-read graphs that help you figure out what your city needs, and a good number of objects to plunk down as you see fit. There's lots of customization available here. And hey, who doesn't love a good disaster? Unfortunately, the glossy coat hides a mess. The AI is wretched. People wander from their house to the nearest job, then back to the nearest house when they leave work. Not necessarily the house that they started with, just the nearest one that's open. Your advisors will frequently complain about business needing workers, when the real fact is, the workers who need jobs just can't find anything to do because of the bad pathing AI. Then there's the issue of the always-on connection. Look, I get the desire to curb piracy, but call it what it is. That EA came out with the now essentially proven untruth of needing servers to handle complicated calculations for the player cities shows a new level of disrespect for the gaming community. I get it, they're a business, they're in it for the money. But the incredibly bad public relations shown by them in the first days of this launch do not bode well for them in the future. Or for us, for that matter. I really wanted to like this game. And you can see the glimmer of potential here and there. That's what's so frustrating about it. But the broken AI, the bad decision to include always-on DRM, and the even worse handling of public relations after the debacle of the launch, it just makes me unable to recommend this game. Perhaps, at some point in the future, EA and Maxis will fix some of the more glaring issues, but that bad taste, it's gonna linger. And I hope they remember that and learn from it. But I fear they won't. I give it 5 server crashes out of 10.